Hi everyone, and welcome to Health and Healing Tuesdays. I'm Dr. Lisa Smith here with another important tip. Today's topic will discuss 5 tips to get rid of all kinds of fibrous material. Now, if you have fibroids, or if you have prostate issues, or if you have breast issues and inflammation, these different techniques and tips will help you combat that and get rid of it as well as you can. So the first tip we're going to discuss is diatomaceous earth. Now, diatomaceous earth is a silica that has been marinating in the earth for thousands upon thousands of years. And what's so good about it is that if you ingest it, you take it into your intestines and it wipes and cleans out many of the parasites. It can be used in 1,000 different ways to benefit humans, plants, and pets. But today we're only going to look at how it affects your body and what it'll do to better help you get that fibrous material that sometimes turns into that muscle tissue where different types of issues can hide, like cancer. So we're going to look at how fibroids are grown and created and how diatomaceous earth breaks that up. So it's important to get food-grade diatomaceous earth. And you don't want to inhale this. You don't want to get this in your lungs in any way. But most of the time, you're going to take anywhere from 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon in the AM and PM. I usually drink it with my favorite juice or smoothie. And if you've been following me, you know I drink smoothies almost every single day, right? But I also love orange juice. So 1 tablespoon in my orange juice makes it a great addition to my morning ritual. 1 tablespoon at night gets me off to sleep and easy. Now, diatomaceous earth is a detoxer. Okay, it will detox you, but it also take on some of the effects of cleansing and healing the intestines. Now, what it's doing is it's basically going in and pulling out all the debris that has been built up from the food that you can't fully digest and get out of your system. And it's going to make your bowel movements more frequent. So if you are someone who hardly ever has bowel movements, diatomaceous earth is going to make you regular. You should have at least 3 bowel movements or more a day, because each time you eat, you should be taking that time to move it out of your system, digest the nutrients, and then move the waste out of your system. If it's not happening like that, then you are leaving something behind. And you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that the toxins are moving out of your body. Diatomaceous earth makes this happen. Now, it's great for your skin, your bones, your joints. It pulls out that inflammation, works with your skin, gives it that nice collagen, and it's also great for weight loss. And the reason why it's great for weight loss, once you get rid of all of that debris that's been hanging out in your body, you start to lose weight. You start to move that out of your system, and it makes you get more energy and feel much better. It's also great for your teeth. People use this as a toothpaste, as a whitener, but also a cleanser, because remember, it's silica, it's fine granules, and it's going into your teeth and cleaning it up. So it's great for that as well. But most importantly, it's an anti-inflammatory. And that's what you need for this fibrous tissue that's starting to form. You want to break that up. One of my next tips is diet. Now, most people balk at diet, but I'm telling you, you are not being fed the same food that your mother and your grandparents were feeding you. It's much more poisonous, contains much more pesticides, and many more toxins. In fact, that apple pie you might be eating might not even be apples, right? It might be something synthetic created in a lab. So diet is very important when you're trying to cleanse yourself, especially if you have fibrous material or pieces of fibrous material growing in different parts of your body. You've got to stop that at all costs. So what do I tell people when they're trying to change diet, even if it's just for a year or two to get healthy? Eat the sides. Eat more greens, fruits, vegetables, soup. Remember, the key thing is that you want to cleanse your system. You want to digest that food. Easy in, easy out. If it takes too long to get that out of your system, nothing should hang out in your system for a week, let alone 24 hours, okay? Because it becomes waste. And if that waste doesn't get out of your system, then your system works harder to get it out. So, what are some of the best things? Any colorful fruit and veggie. Let me say that again. The more vibrant the color, the more healthier and filled with nutrients it has. Now, people always question whether you should do organic versus regular produce. Remember that organic takes out some of the pesticides, not all the pesticides. So just imagine you go to your favorite supermarket, you don't want to pay the higher price in organic, you're looking at 14 pesticides in your food versus 8 to 7 pesticides, maybe 6 pesticides. Either way, if you have a problem with what you're eating, then why don't you drink it? Some great smoothies are filled with that spinach, that kale, most of the things that people don't like to eat. So put it in your smoothie. Put a celery stick in it and makes it nice and spicy. Put your ginger in there and gives it this great zing. I mean, there are so many things that you can put in a smoothie and then dump in your almond milk to make it taste better, or your coconut milk, and dump in those vibrant fruits like berries, strawberries, raspberries. Those are some of my favorites. Mangoes. You can buy these in the frozen section in your favorite food store. Remember, it's better to have organic, but even if you can't, you should be eating that produce. Now, some sweeteners, natural sweeteners, without adding, say, sugar or honey, you can use carrots. You can use bananas. They're really excellent sweeteners. Apples. You could use them, and they're also those vibrant colored fruits that I've been talking about. So next up is poke. P-O-K-E root. And you can buy this as a tincture. In fact, this is an extremely powerful herb that's a lymph cleanser. So it's going to clear out your lymph nodes and clear up your lymph glands and get that lymph fluid moving. In fact, that lymph fluid actually helps you move out the toxins more effectively. It's a perennial, right? And so it's a root, and it's poisonous if you don't cleanse it with water, but that's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to get the tincture. It's already been done for you, and it's so powerful that you should only use 1 drop each intake. So you're going to use this twice. You're going to use this in the AM and PM, 1 drop. I like to mix it with calendula because it is a great anti-inflammatory and it seeks out all those rogue fibrous tissues. But what it does, it's great for a sore throat, and it starts moving out infection. And so as a lymph cleanser and anti-inflammatory, you're going to get the best of it. Now, I like to use all of these alternatives together, but you can just use one. It will help your immune system work more effectively, and it will push those toxins out. And lots of our toxins are environmental. They come from the air we breathe and the chemicals that are in our food, which we talked about before. And so this is a major player in getting those toxins out of your body. So try it, but only take 1 drop or 2 drops. 1 drop in the morning, 1 drop at night, because it could cause nausea, right? And that lets you know that it's getting into your system and it's really breaking up that which doesn't serve you. So be cautious with poke. Next up is one of my favorites, DMSO. Now, this is dimethyl sulfur oxide. Now it's part of the sulfurs, so if you're allergic to sulfur, you want to be careful when you use this. But it's made from tree pulp. Mother Earth has given us something so wonderful that helps with inflammation. And since inflammation is the heart of most diseases, you want something that seeks and destroys like a missile. Now, you can take this orally, or you can put it on the area in which you have an issue. So if you have fibroids, or if you have prostate issues, or if you have breast issues and inflammation, this is definitely something you want to use. But it has a little burning sensation and you will smell like garlic. But let me tell you, its potency is undeniable. First, it will, if you put it on your skin, it goes right through the skin and pulls everything with it. So you can't use lotions with it, but it goes right through the skin and straight down into inflammation. It seeks and destroys, and it eats away slowly at that fibrin or that fibrous tissue. And as it does that, you will start feeling this release. You will start feeling it excrete itself. And that's why your lymph nodes really need to be working, because it's going to break that stuff down into a fluid. Now just imagine, if it's really big, it's going to take some time to make it into that lymph fluid and move out that toxins either through your urine or your fecal matter. But it's really vital that you get it out of your system, and so it doesn't house an area in your glands and other places where other diseases like cancer can hide. But it's also an antibacterial, an antifungal, and an antiviral. That means if you have a virus or a fungus or you have bacteria in your system, it's gonna go looking for it. And it does this so amazingly that increases your white blood cell production. And see, the white blood cells are your soldiers, okay? They come and for the fight, okay? They come to anything foreign in your system and fight it out. So it's important that you're able to take something natural, as this tree pulp is, right? But they have it in liquid form, they have it in creams, they have it in gels, and it really, really works. But it also seeks out scar tissue and is a superb healer. It stimulates healing throughout your body. And like I said, since it's antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial, that's really important for you to start getting rid of dis-ease and feeling much better and regaining your power and your energy. But it's also a pain reliever. So athletes use it for muscle and joint pain. People use it for arthritis. But remember, we're seeking and destroying our scar tissue and our fibrous material and tissue to move it on out. So DMSO is your friend. Now, another great tip is MSM. And like its sister, DMSO, MSM is an anti-inflammatory. It is a byproduct, or what we call a derivative, of that DMSO. And so it's going to have some of the exact same properties, but when it's meshed with DMSO, it will do some superb things. So let me give you some examples. It turns abnormal cells into normal cells, right? So whereas many people are trying to kill it, it changes something abnormal into a normal. So you don't really have to get rid of those cells, and those cells start functioning like they're supposed to. But my biggest help is that it seeks out that fibrous tissue and attacks it. It attacks it from the inside out in the cells. So as it makes those abnormal cells normal, it attacks the cells that are creating that fibrous tissue so that it doesn't spread throughout your body. It removes toxins, it reduces swelling, all these wonderful things that we take for granted when we get sick, right? And so this is something major, because in conjunction with DMSO, you find that you have this vital fighter that's also increasing the production of your white blood cells. And I think that's major. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.